You're listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast, discussing all aspects of precision and long-range rifle shooting. This episode is brought to you by Impact Dynamics, advanced training for the precision shooter. And now, over to your hosts.
Well, hello and welcome to the Precision Shooting Podcast. This is episode number 12. I'm Rusty, and with me today is Jarrod from the Victorian Practical Rifle Series. How are you, Jarrod?
Yeah, good, mate.
Fantastic, mate. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Yeah, no worries.
So this is our first Skype interview, so hopefully it comes up, mate. Thanks for being the guinea pig for it.
It's all right.
Now, tell us a little bit about the Victorian Practical Rifle Series.
Well, pretty much. It's a new series, so it's based on the service rifle, NRAA service rifle rules. Something started up in Canberra a few years ago. It's basically just trying to give something for all those guys that are into their precision shooting, with all the precision rifles, just somewhere to shoot them, a designated discipline to, have a crack at.
Absolutely, yeah, we need more of that, really. Yeah, how did, and so where are you based and what are you doing?
All right, so, we're based at Castlemaine Rifle Club, which is just below Bendigo, Central Victoria. I'm not a member of that club. Tried a fair while to get permission to shoot on Sundays at my rifle club, but we couldn't get it. So I cold canvassed Castlemaine Rifle Club, and right from the get-go, they were on board and keen to, get it all happening.
To support it, that's awesome to hear. Yeah.
So it all had to be legit. That was one thing they said. We're keen to get it going, but it's all got to be, legit by the rules and that. So we shoot on a service rifle, chapter 16 of the SSRs. So So those rules are going to be able to apply for what you were trying to achieve? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, a couple of the guys up in Sydney and Canberra who started these matches up, they're ex-army guys, so they've shot a lot of rifles in the army and that, and they've kind of tried to apply that to what we're doing out here, and that set of rules, service rifles already there, so we've just jumped on that.
Wonderful. So for people who are perhaps not familiar with it, what does a match look like? What's the details of it?
All right, well, each match is different. So it's not like, say, your F class or your any other discipline where they're pretty similar each time. We mix it up. So there's an organised committee for each state. And what we do is we set a course of fire. We've got a few set rules. So we set it across 4 different distances, 70 rounds. So each course of fire is different. So it might be, our next match starts at 200, works back to 600 yards, shooting all different positions. Yeah, nice. And so the position is obviously one of the key factors to make this different from other types of disciplines. So we've tried to mix it up a bit, make it a real, like we call it, the practical rifle series, because we try to make it practical. Sort of positions like your prone supported off a backpack, prone supported no rear bag, unsupported Hawkins, all those different sort of things that you would actually, sort of positions that you would use, say while you're out hunting. Things like that. And particularly with, like, say, the snap serials where a target will be exposed randomly for a couple of seconds sort of thing, so something that really applies to, you're taking a shot with a trophy buck, you're just waiting for it to, turn broadside so you can take that shot,
Absolutely, you don't get a lot of choice as to when, do you? No, you have to take the shot. Yeah, cool. So how did it come about with you doing it in Victoria? Well,
I've been travelling up to Canberra for a couple of years now. They've, I think they're into their 5th year doing it now. So
wow.
Been travelling up there. It expanded, I think, 2 years ago out to Hornsby Rifle Club in New South Wales. So a few of the guys were travelling from Sydney. They started up, so I started flying up there for their matches. And, I started, asking around in Victoria if there's anything similar going on there. There wasn't anything that I could find, so I thought I'd start it up myself.
Yeah, brilliant.
So,
And so is this your first year, or
we had one match, I think it was October last year. It was low profile. We didn't advertise it too much because for the guys at Castlemaine, they, you can only explain something so much. You've really got to show them. So just had a low key match with, I think it was about 12, 13 guys turned up. And just run a match with them. A couple of guys from Canberra come down, help run it.
Nice.
Just to give them an idea of what it was, and a couple of them shot it. One of their guys actually won it. And, they said, sweet as, go for it,
Yeah, nice.
100%.
And so where are you up to this year then?
So this is our first match in 2 weeks.
And what's the date of that in case anyone's interested?
Yeah, March 13th. So
March 13th. We'll certainly put that and a link to more information in the show notes, of course.
Yep.
And so, but you've had a practice this year, is that?
So yeah, I just it was a social range meet just down Little River, just for like a meet and greet for guys, just to turn up, have a chat, ask any questions, help a few guys out with their, setting up their slings for unsupported. In particular, the Hawkins position. A lot of guys, struggle to get their head around it.
Yeah, can you explain what that is?
So the Hawkins position, it's probably one of my favourites. I love it. So it's basically, not going to go into the history of it, but basically it's just the position itself is just, so laying down prone, the butt of the rifle is dug into the ground, tucked in under your shoulder, and you extend your non-firing arm out, non-trigger arm out, just to support the forend of the rifle. So usually grab if you've got a hand stock up the front or your sling point, grab that and relaxing and tightening your fist will raise and lower your point of aim, pretty much.
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah.
Nice. So obviously, a very useful way of using the rifle without a bipod.
Yeah. Really
brilliant.
Lowers your profile a lot.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, nice. And so that's obviously a common trait through a number of these scenarios you're shooting?
Yeah. So we try to put that in there a few times. Both, close ranges and out longer ranges. I say once you do a bit of practice at it, it is actually quite a stable position.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So if guys are thinking about the 13th or you've got other comps.
Yeah, so we're planning on running 4 this year.
Yep.
So probably we're hoping one every quarter.
Yep.
Finish up probably end of November. So 4 matches. We will be trying to make a real sort of a series out of it. So 4 matches. Each match will be giving away medals for 1st to 5th, first pair, and a couple of different serials that we pick out.
Sure.
Winners of those serials. But on top of that, at the end of the year, we'll crown a Victorian champion. So
nice.
For each match, you get awarded points. So let's say you win a match, you'll get 100 points. If you don't win the match, you just take your score, divide that by the top score times 100. That's how many points you earn for that match. Yep. At the end of the year, we'll tally up everyone's 2 best scores, and the bloke who's got the highest scores will be the Victorian champion.
And get some prizes or anything?
And yes, I'm still confirming that. So I haven't released a whole lot yet, but it's in the background going on, and it's really
something will happen.
Yeah. There's going to be some pretty cool gear up for grabs.
Nice. So for this is open to pretty much anyone, is it?
Yeah, anyone and everyone. Like, to be honest, I really want to get a lot of new guys into it. That's what motivates me. Your experienced blokes, they're going to come, they're going to shoot, and they're going to shoot well. For me, I really want to get new guys into it.
Yeah, because that grows the sport, doesn't it?
That does, yeah. That's what I'm sort of looking to the future.
Yeah, nice. And so if guys are going to come along, or they're thinking about coming on the 13th or one of your other matches, what are they going to need as a minimum in terms of equipment?
It's a question I get asked a lot, man.
I bet, yeah.
Look, I mean, a lot of people when they ask that, they sort of want you to tell them what to go and buy, But really all you need is a rifle you're comfortable shooting, something that shoots MOA or better. MOA is good enough.
Yep.
A scope with adjustable turrets and, a sling, adjustable sling that you can set up for. And basically I tell people, don't get too caught up in your gear. Just get out there and practice shooting it, learn to read the wind, get some good dopes, and that's about it really. Yeah, just so experience trumps gear.
They don't. Oh, yeah, absolutely correct with that. They don't need a huge amount of stuff. It's just a rifle they know well with a. Or even if they don't know well, they're out there having fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just basically rifle, scope, attached bipod, and usually a backpack, because we'll shoot off the backpack.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. So not a huge amount of equipment to outlay.
Not really. Nah.
Most.
There's a guy who shoots up in Canberra. He puts us all to shame. He uses a couple of $100 OMark, and he always finishes, top 5. So
yeah, right.
You don't need the top end gear.
Yeah, absolutely. But obviously the scope's pretty important in this type of discipline, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. If you're going to spend your money somewhere, I'd spend it on the scope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just adjustable. Don't get too caught up in the high magnification. A lot of people sort of chase the magnification. You don't need it in this type of match, because I'm running a 324 by 52 mil March. I wouldn't have it above sort of 10, 12 all match. That's even pushing back to the 6, 7, 8, 900 yards.
Yeah, nice.
Because, under recoil, you just get thrown off and it's too hard to get back on track.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you need some elevation to be shooting the distance as well. So, yeah, cool. What if someone's got bucket loads of money? What are they spending it on? Like, what's the next couple of things they might think about getting?
Well, top end, which is what a lot of guys are running, are your Accuracy International AXs, AWs, AEs with the Smith and Benders and your Knife Forces and all that. There's a lot of guys running that sort of gear. Below that, I've got to say probably the most popular is just your Tikkas and your Remingtons and even your Howards these days. Just 2-stage trigger, decent scope, dropped into an AICS sort of chassis or something.
Sure.
That's probably the most popular. I mean, I reckon every second or third rifle's running either an AW or an AICS type chassis. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's obviously pretty suited for the discipline.
Yeah, they're pretty popular.
Yeah, nice. And in terms of any other sort of gear or gadgets or anything, guys running, if they've got themselves a good rifle and a good optic and a good sling, is there much more beyond that in terms of other equipment that they could be using?
I mean, there are guys that bring spotting scopes and all that sort of gear. Really, that's about it. It's we've tried to keep it practical, not too much gear. I mean, whatever gear you use, you've got to carry. That's another thing. So there was a guy actually turned up once with a golf buggy full of equipment. The blokes, they all said to him, "Oh yeah, no, you can use that, but you can't wheel it. You've got to carry it." So he quickly went back to his car and downsized.
I bet, yeah, full on. Oh well, that's all right. Brilliant.
Basically rifle sling in a small backpack. That's all you need.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's quite attainable for anyone who's perhaps thinking about getting into it.
It is.
And I know, look, we've encountered it with what we're doing here, and I'm sure you have as well. Guys sort of thinking, oh, well, it sounds like I'll just go along and watch because, I don't want to sort of show myself up to not know what I'm doing.
Yep.
I bet you get that a little bit.
Since we got the Facebook page up, I've had a lot of phone calls, a lot of messages through Facebook about that, asking if they can come and watch. And I always end up calling them back, having a chat and saying, just turn up and have a crack. You know what I mean? Like, have some fun. It's all about having fun, really. I mean, you get the guys that turn up, take it seriously, want to win, but, just turn up and have some fun. That's what
yeah, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you're only going to get better, aren't you?
That's it. I mean, when I first started shooting these matches, I hesitated and, I thought, maybe I'll practice a bit more and go to the next one and go to the next one. When I finally turned up and shot my first match, I was kicking myself that I hadn't started sooner. Just the experience you learn just by actually shooting, the match. Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah,
you learn a lot from missed shots, don't you?
Yeah.
So where did your interest come from in shooting?
My interest in shooting, I've always had a keen interest in rifles and that. I mean, when I was a kid on my pa's farm, using his semi-auto 22, just shooting cans and that, Then as I got older, I tried a bit of full bore and small bore when I was a teenager. Then I sort of didn't really touch guns for quite a few years. Then I got a few mates at work that were hunting and said, get your license, come out. So reapplied, got my license back, started, hunting with them. And as always happens, everyone starts having kids and families and you start, talking about shooting more than you actually do, sort of thing. So that's what I thought. I really wanted to keep shooting, so I thought maybe I'll get back into the target shooting side of it, and got back into your F class. Used to go down Little River a lot and just practice by myself. And I came across what the guys doing up in Canberra, and I just thought, stuff it. It sounds awesome. So I just drove up there, shot a match, and haven't looked back.
Yeah, nice. And so you because I was going to ask you where your interest in this practical rifle side of things came from.
Well, I actually came across it on Glenn Roberts' Precision Shooting Australia site. I was just sitting there. I won't say at work, but at work, just googling stuff on the computer, and I came across it. And he had it was just a couple of sentences talking about something they were doing in the ACT, and it caught my attention. So I just sent him a message. He emailed me back with a couple of the contacts for the guys up there, Simon Ross. Gave Simon a call and got some more info, and that was it. I was hooked from then on. Yeah,
brilliant. So how many of them have you been to? That's
pretty much. I think I've missed one in the last 3 years.
Okay, yeah, right.
They run 4 or 5 a year, and Sydney are running 3 or 4 a year.
Yeah, okay. So you're making the trip quite often.
Yeah. Love it. And there's nothing like it down here in Victoria. So that's why.
Well, Until now?
Until now, yeah. So that's why I've started up, because I love travelling interstate. I wanted to be part of it and help expand it, and, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's got to go.
Yeah, nice. And it's starting to pop up around the country as well now, which is really good to see.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's guys in Queensland?
Yes, there's guys in Queensland.
Right? And NT, I know that.
And the Northern Territory as well, yeah. So there is actually quite a lot going on.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Nice, mate. Well, we've got to ask you what gear you're running at the moment. I know you said you're running a March scope at the moment.
Yep.
But what is that sitting on top of?
So I've got a Seiko TRG. I've just rebarreled it in a 6x47 liqueur.
Yes.
At the minute I'm running 107 Sierra Mash Kings. I've just picked up a couple of boxes of 105 grain burgers that I want to try out.
Yeah, that should be all right.
Yeah, I've been waiting 2 years for them to come in. They've been so hard to get.
I know. They've been crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, so basically, TRG, the 308, it served me well. Like, honestly, it just shot. I never, ever had a problem with it. I just wanted to try something different, so I stuck the 6mm barrel on it. It's doing all right. Yeah, it's doing good. So, yeah, TRG, got the March scope, spur mounts. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, nice. And that's just the standard trigger on there? It's been tweaked at all?
Yeah, I love it. It's probably my favourite trigger, I reckon, just the adjustable 2-stage.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's set just over 2 pounds, the second stage.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Have you got a trigger limit on Practical Rifle?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
Yeah, it's not something we really enforce at the minute. So, yeah. But you wouldn't want to go running anything too light. I mean, at one stage, I used to adjust my trigger at the second stage for F-class in these matches, so I'd run it lighter for F-class and heavier for these matches. I remember a match I forgot to readjust it, and I was just banging rounds left, right, and centre accidentally, because I like to tap that second stage before, just while I'm sitting there. And, yeah, I learnt that lesson, so now I just leave it set a bit heavier.
Nice, mate. Oh, very good. And do you get out and practice very often, Jarrod?
Try to. When I first started, I used to go out every single weekend down Little River and I'd practice. And what I used to do was I'd get my score. We give everyone their score sheets back at the end of the match. So I'd grab my score sheet, look at where I lost the most amount of points, what I need to do to improve, and, I'd leave the bipod at home and get down Little River, and I'd just be practicing unsupported, shooting off the backpack and all of that. I don't practice as much as I should now,
Do you find that it was the positional stuff that was really the hardest bit?
Yeah. I mean, everyone, when they go to the range to practice, they're always using their bipods. And one thing I try to encourage guys to do is, not take it off. I mean, take it off and leave it at home. Don't even take it with you. And just practice shooting off your sling. That's probably the hardest part, unsupported. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what have you done to be able to overcome that a little bit?
Just leave my bipod at home
and not have a choice.
Force myself to get on the sling. But but also I do dry fire a lot at home, in the unsupported position. So I screwed a washer to the fence on the other side of my backyard, and I just lay down in my garage and a couple of minutes a day before I go to work and just dry fire pretty much. Just trying to build up that muscle memory. That was the biggest part. Once you build that muscle memory up, and it's not as uncomfortable as it is, when you first start shooting unsupported. It all comes together pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's pretty much true across the board, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I see a lot of guys who have never shot prone before or much, and
you
get them to shoot prone for a day, and they are sore. But if they do it, for over a number of months on a regular basis, they're fine.
That's it. That's what I find. I find if I go a few months without practicing, my scores drop off and that. But when I pull it all together, I'm out there quite often practicing. It does. It comes together pretty quickly.
Well, I saw your name on a trophy up in Canberra. Yeah. That's so obviously it's coming together pretty well.
Yeah, so that was last year's championship trophy. So last year, I think there was 5 matches in Canberra, 3 in Sydney and 1 down here. So with the point scheme that they awarded, we done top 3. So top 3 scores was awarded to the champion. I won 2 matches. I won a match in Sydney, won a match in Canberra. My 3rd best score, I think I finished 2nd or 3rd, but I was only a couple of points off the winner, so I got a high percentage for that score. And I think I finished the year with an average of 99.3 or something out of 100. So
that's not too bad at all, mate.
That's all right. Yeah.
Congratulations, well done. That's all that practice paying off, eh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and that's when the middle of last year, I really made a conscious effort to get out every weekend shooting, and it paid off.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. So, if you've been around for a few years in this type of shooting,
yep.
What trends are you seeing with equipment? Are guys shifting much or caliber or anything like that?
Yeah, probably the biggest thing I have seen is the everyone's sort of lightening up their rifles. Like at first, you see a lot of real big, heavy, heavier rifles, big 20-pound rifles and that. But everyone's now, because there is so much positional shooting, especially at Canberra, they shoot you're sitting and kneeling and occasional offhand stuff, where your big heavy rifles, they just don't work. So yeah, probably the biggest shift has gone to your lighter rifles.
And how are guys achieving that? Is that thinner profiles on barrels? Or stock
probably
choice?
Not thinner profiles. We're just keeping them shorter. I mean, you wouldn't see anything over 26 inches up there. On mine, I rebarred mine a 24-inch barrel. Also the chassis. Like I have seen a lot of what do you call them? Those your MDT style chassis. They really are quite light. And a lot of guys running those type of things.
Yeah, they do some real lightweight stuff now. Yeah. I mean, their TAC 21 is pretty weighty.
Yeah, and there's a few other guys doing similar style chassis. So yeah, there's quite a lot of them out there these days. And as far as cartridges go, a lot of people are trying different things, but everyone just settles back on the 308. You can't go past it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys sort of do look at what they're doing in the US, but you can't really compare what we do to them. So for us, the 308 just work. It's the go-to, yeah.
Yeah, right. So what? So guys who listen to us usually are familiar with the Precision Rifle Series. What's the differences here between what you guys are doing and that style of shooting?
Oh,
or is it pretty similar?
Oh well, yes and no. I mean, the rifles are probably quite similar, but we shoot a state range, so we'll shoot say at 200 yards, and shooter A and shooter B will shoot each serial at that range. Then we'll all move back to 300 yards, or whatever the next distance is, and shooter A will shoot, then shooter B will shoot, then shooter A will shoot, then shooter B will shoot. So we move back between the ranges, as opposed to, I mean, I'm not really too familiar with what they're doing over there, but from what I have seen, they sort of seem to be shooting more from one position at targets at different distances, sort of thing.
Yes.
So that would probably be the biggest difference. And we don't shoot on steel, so we shoot on the figured targets.
Oh, very good. So that's that's the like core flute type.
Yeah. So the core flute ones, we got figure 11, 12, 13, and 14s. Probably hard to explain, but they're just the orange, black.
Yeah, you whack that into Google and you'll find them pretty quick, won't you? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's I guess over in the US they are shooting a lot of steel.
Yeah. We'd love to shoot on steel, but
just your limitations.
Yeah. Got to work within the boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to work with it. Yeah, very good. And scope side of things, is there much trends or anything sort of that's changed over the years?
Probably just sticking to your lower magnifications. I mean, because like I say, you wouldn't find yourself zooming in much more than your 12 to 15 times. So, a lot of guys who are building dedicated rifles are sticking to that sort of magnification range, probably 20s, low 20s. I mean, getting up higher than that, unless it's an all-round rifle that you happen to use for F-class or something else, there's just no need for it.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. But for first focal plane, I should say. Yeah, first focal plane, pretty much most people are running first focal. It just suits what we do.
And so what about what you do that first focal plane is ideal for? What's the benefit
probably
there?
The biggest thing is because you shoot in pairs, so you're working as a team. So while one guy's shooting, most of us will use our rifle to spot for him, watch the mirage, and call corrections and that. And having that first focal plane, you can just, you know what I mean. You can just measure your fullest shot, call the correction and keep shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just can't do that with a second. Oh, you can, but not as effectively with a plane.
Not as flexible, is it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, very good. It's certainly the way everything seems to be heading with that style of shooting anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And so what are you've got your first year this year with the Victorian side of things for a full series. Yep. Where do you see this sport heading in future, both for you and then perhaps nationally as well?
Look, honestly, I think it's the next big thing. And I don't mean the next big fad either. I think that this is the future of rifle shooting. Nothing against, your F class and your target rifles and all that sort of discipline, but it's just, I don't see young guys coming up, wanting to shoot target rifle and, your F class and that. I think that it's interesting. It challenges you. It's every match is different, I think it's really going to take off, and long term, I'd love to see sort of 40, 50, 60 guys at each of our matches. The guys in Sydney and Canberra, they're actually working at a proposal to modify the service rifle rules to actually recognise what it is that we do, so it could actually be a recognised NRAA discipline. Yes. And long-term view is to actually get service rifles started up back in Australia, clubs all across Australia shooting it. And, there's even talk of a service rifle Queens.
Yeah, right.
A long way down the track.
That would be brilliant, wouldn't
it? Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think certainly I'm seeing a lot of guys in this style of shooting. The younger guys are certainly headed towards this and really enjoy it. It's
a reflection of the times. This is just my opinion. I think your service rifle and your F class. In the past that was a reflection of the times, and I think that this practical type of shooting is where it's all headed.
Yeah, brilliant. So, in terms of personally, have you got any little projects on the go, be it along this lines or different?
I've got a few. There's actually a SSAA discipline that's up and coming, long range precision practical or something. I can't remember the exact name, but it's for any rifle up to and including 50 BMG. So I've got a 338 Lapua Rogue that I'm in the process of building that I would like to get into that discipline and shoot. Been sourcing out all the parts of that rifle for the last probably 12 months. It's sort of hard to get. Such long waiting list on running a Macmillan A5. And that took, I think, 9 months before I got that,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And tell us more. What's the difference with the Rogue?
The Rogue improved 37 degree shoulder, and maintains a little bit of the body taper, as opposed to, your Ackley improved, which is, minimal body taper and a 40 degree shoulder. So hopefully it should feed from the mag a bit better.
Yeah, nice. And what action are you going to put that into?
So I've got a Stilla TAC 338. With a 40 MO A rail, Macmillan A5, fully adjustable, fully inlated, everything.
Yeah, nice.
As well as I just picked up from Stuart a March, 540 by 56 first focal plane scope with a .05 mil clicks. So I'm actually I'm hanging to get that scope and give it a go. So yeah, I might mount that scope on the TRG for our next match and just give it a go.
How much elevation has that got? Do you know?
Not sure. But
not sure.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but it's a lot. It's more than I'm going to need. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And how, do you know what distance that discipline goes out to?
At the minute, they're talking about, there's a range up in Mildura that goes out to 2,000 metres. I know there is talk of getting it up and going there. I've actually this week talking to one of the guys who's on the organiser committee of it, so I haven't got a lot of information at hand at the minute. But there are things going on, and I think they're pushing them out to about 2,000 yards.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant.
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
that'd be great fun. Yeah, cool. And sounds like you got you will have the rifle to be able to be in it.
Yeah, that's it. It's got to back that rifle up.
more dry firing, mate. More practice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, they'll spend some more time shooting, and I guess we won't complain about that.
That's it.
Oh, wonderful. And so a few more details about the 13th, because hopefully if you guys can listen to this and are either in, close by SA, New South Wales, and can get over to see you on the 13th.
Yep.
So, can you give us all the information about it? What do we need to know if we're going to make a decision to go?
All right, man. So pretty much, March 13th at Castlemaine Rifle Club. Be there by 9 o'clock. All you need, as I said, it's just a rifle, shoots MOA, scope with adjustable turrets. Know your drops from 200 yards out to 600 yards. And that's it. Turn up. Just need your license and your either a SSAA or a NRAA associate membership card. So, VRA, ACT Rifle Association, New South Wales, or I think Sarah, you got over there, South Australian Rifle Association. Yeah. Just a membership card and, $50 and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And I know you've talked about the guys can camp over if they're coming from interstate.
Yep. So at this point, I think there's about 9 of us that'll be camping on the Saturday night. So we'll have a barbie and for any guys that are coming, I'd encourage us to come and camp on the Saturday night because it is, as much as it is about...
It's half fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also about the social side of it. It's great just meeting new guys and having a chat and, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And that, and I believe it's the same in Victoria, but it's certainly in SA that Monday is a public holiday.
Yeah, it's a Labor Day over here.
Same there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so anyone who's looking for something to do on the long weekend probably couldn't be doing much better than that.
Well, that's it. Yeah. So you've got a public holiday, have you?
We do.
Oh, yeah. That worked
on
out
Monday.
Perfectly.
So all our SA listeners, guys,
no
I know, no excuses, and I know Greg was thinking about heading over, so I'm going to certainly put the pressure on him to go.
Yep.
If he has a rifle, actually, I'm not sure where he's up to in that stage. He's been building the same as what you've got, a 6x47.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, so he's made a decision he thinks that's going to be the best for what he wants to do.
Yep.
And hopefully it's done shortly, and he'll see how he goes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so for anyone, heading over, it should be a pretty good. And you said it's $50.
$50
to cover it.
Covers everything. Includes lunch, and also one thing I probably haven't mentioned is sponsorship. So
sure.
There's been a lot going on the last couple of weeks. I haven't been able to talk specifics through the Facebook site just yet because I'm just finalising all of it now. But I can tell you who we have on board at the minute. We've got Jason Hillier from Major Tactical chucking down some gear. Who else we got? Steve from Precision Rifle Products in Australia. Yep. Who else we got? Glenn Roberts of Precision Shooting Australia has chucked in we've got a PDA and a ballistics field firing solutions Delta 5 card.
Yep.
And there's a heap more, but I can't say them yet. Just until next couple of days, I'll be confirming them. But yeah,
so we're gonna have to stay tuned to the Facebook page.
Check out the Facebook site in the next couple of days. There's a lot of info I'll be putting up, in particular regarding prizes, and we give all those prizes away randomly, so they're not given away to any of the winners. So the winners, they'll get their medals for first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Yep. But all the prize at the end of the day, we give that away randomly. So what I've got is I've got a heap of brass with bunch of numbers stuck to them. So let's say we get 40 competitors. We put in 40 bits of brass with numbers 1 to 40. The winner will just grab a piece of brass out. Let's say it's got number 23 on it. If you finish 23rd on the day, come up, pick a price on the table.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, then you just pick out another bit of brass, and let's say it's number 37. Come up and pick a price. So that's why I always encourage guys just to turn up and have some fun,
Because you still could win something.
You might finish last, and you might walk away with couple of bucks worth of gear, you know what I mean? So
yeah, nice.
So yeah, that's why we've done it that way, is to encourage guys to come down and have a go.
Yeah, to share it around.
Yep.
Yeah, great way to be. And so getting in touch with you, how do we? Facebook's the easiest.
Facebook's one of the ways. Yeah. So there's Facebook. Just message me through that. It probably is the easiest. Yeah.
So put in Victorian Practical Rifle Series, and you should come up.
Practical Rifle Series in Facebook, and all the info will come up there.
Awesome.
Or my phone number's on the flyer, so just give me a call. I've had a lot of guys give me a call who prefer to talk face to face as opposed to through messages, which is probably the way I prefer to do it myself. Just a lot easier, you can talk.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So that's that you can find that on Facebook as well.
Yep.
And we might put we'll put a link up as well.
Yeah.
On the show notes.
And I'll just direct everyone to, if you go to the albums page on the Facebook site, there's a album that I've titled Match Info. So in that folder, there's an information sheet, a couple of pages I've written up just on what to expect on the day, the key rules, things like that, a couple of the pictures of the targets, a few dimensions and things like that. So if anyone's wanting a bit of info, just head to that match info folder and it's all there.
Brilliant. And so, because you release all the details of what the guys are shooting, don't you? All the stage information.
Yeah. So on the flyer, all that info's on there. Yeah. So it's got all the key info. It's got the course of fire for the day. Nice,
mate. Well, Jarrod, thank you very much for your time. It's really good to talk to you. It's good to hear that this style of shooting is growing in this country.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So keep up the good work, mate. I hope the 13th works very well for you.
Yep.
And certainly look to come over there and have a crack myself sometime, which will be good fun.
Yeah, no worries, mate. And I'll see you at your shoot as well. I'm going to come over and shoot your competition too. So.
Brilliant, mate. That will be certainly good fun.
Yeah,
It'll be a little, I guess a little bit different.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It looks, to be honest, it looks challenging, so that's what attracted me to it. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just like to make it hard for everyone. No, it should be good fun. Good weekend. Yeah. So brilliant.
Catch up.
All right, mate. Well, thanks for your time, and we'll put all the information up how to get in contact with you and the Victorian Practical Rifle Series on our show notes and on Facebook and everything. And we look forward to talking again with you soon.
No worries, mate. Cool. Thanks.
Cheers.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to the Precision Shooting Podcast. To continue the discussion, check out our Facebook page. And for more information, head to our website, www.precisionshootingpodcast.com.au. This episode was brought to you by Impact Dynamics, advanced training for the precision shooter.